Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting a brand new Python series. So before starting anything about Python programming language, I want to clarify what is a programming language. So a programming language is designed to communicate the instruction to a machine or a computer. So it allows the programmers to write some source code and that can be translated and executed by the computers and of course by using the compilers. So every language like Python or Java has its own compilers, while after the installation of their particular softwares the compiler will install in the machine, respective machine. Like Python has its own compiler, Java has its own compiler called JVM, of course. So their responsibility, the compiler's responsibility, is to convert this English language code to the machine understandable language, that is in binary format. And of course it will take the reversal order also, like after the computation, so whatever the output came by the computer code, and it will convert to the human text, and of course the user will get the output in the human text only. So that is the process behind the any programming language execution. So this process will helps to create the specific task or create a software applications. Of course the software application may be a desktop application or command based application or else web based application or anything. So the key concept of a programming language that can be differ one to another, like for example, compare with the Java and Python. So the major key concepts, that can be differ one to another, that are syntaxes. Of course, every programming language has its own syntax and data types, and of course operators and libraries. So every programming language has their own style of coding, and of course these components, these key characteristics will be there. So this series will dig into the what are the styles of the what are the key characteristics of the Python, and syntaxes, data types, and other concepts also we discuss in this series. So let's start our journey of Python learning. So by the way, this is Sajid. Welcome back to my channel. From this Python series, you can get about Python topics, syntaxes, exercises, and fun activities, and of course projects on Python, and which are basically command based applications. In future we are going to plan some series on Flask web framework and Django framework with some live projects. So if you don't want to miss that content, please do subscribe now. So let's discuss some important features of the Python. So why Python is powerful? Because of its features, and those are, Python is famous for its simplicity and readability. So Python syntaxes are very simple and very readable compared to the other programming language. For example, if I take any example, so if I want to build some age calculator, so I want to print something, so based on my age, while by comparing some threshold value. So if this requirement, to satisfy this requirement, if I want to write some Java program, so this is the Java program. So I need to declare the class, I need to declare the main method, and of course I create and initialize the variable, and I supposed to write my business logic. So don't worry about this content. So this is a Java program, so we need to compile and execute, then only we can this language, this output we can get. So but in Python, so if you compare with this code lines, almost all it will take the 10 lines of code, definitely it will take the 2 lines of code, so which is simple and which is readable. After, of course, that is a Python. So Python, that's why it's a Python is very simple and readable. So coming to the next feature, speed of development. So of course Python allows you to develop faster. So just we saw this application before. So by using the Java and compare with the Java and the Python, so we can say Python allows you to develop faster with few lines of code. You can build the applications and automate tasks and even data science application in no time. So other languages like CPP or Java or .NET, any language, you need to write more code and handle more details. So that is the thing. I mean, handle more details in the sense. So in Java, we need to compile it, we need to run it. Those are separate separate tasks. But in Python, only single task. So that handle more details. So that is the reason behind. So comes to the performance. So now whenever we are talking about the performance, so the Python and the Java or any other languages, we cannot take those languages except C or CPP. Because of C or CPP, we are much faster than the other languages because of they run closer to the machine. So other languages like Python or Java, they have their own interpreters and they have their own default lines of code, default packages, n number of default packages will be there. So everything will be, if I write a simple code also back end, there is a bunch of lines of code will be there, bunch of programs also will be executed back. So that are loaded programs. So whenever we're talking about the performance, we cannot talk about, we cannot mention the Python or any other language. Of course, Python is a fast to build, but performance wise, C, CPP are better than the, much better than the other languages. So use cases, so where we use this particular languages to implement such certain applications. So comes to the Python, lot of application we can implement using the Python. Of course, AI based applications, data science, web development. Of course, we can use a Python based on certain frameworks like Flask or Django. Django is more popular. And of course, automation. Comes to the Java, of course, web applications, enterprise applications, Android based applications we can use for the Java and CPP or C. As I mentioned earlier, the performance oriented language. So that's why it will use to build the game engines or operating systems. So I'm so excited to start this series because of I designed this series with a lot of fun activities at each point of topic particularly. I planned some mini projects like so whenever comes to the whenever we are discussing about the variables, so we can build a simple calculator. Or so whenever we are discussing about if else guess the number program functions, BMI or BMR calculator, we can build. So it is a fun to learn series. And so that's it for this video. So let's start our Python journey. Happy coding. By the way, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.